Guys, don't forget there is a new YouTube channel that I have created, Chrismadagaming Reviews. If you want to go and check it out right now, the link will be in the description below. Please subscribe and show some support. It will help so much. Thanks a lot, guys. Guys, guess what? You're never going to believe this. I got a Nintendo Switch. It's amazing, right? Let's go and turn it on. It's a joke. Get over it. What is up, you geezer blow type geezers? It is Chrismadagaming here, and welcome to another discussion video, where in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit about a new console that has just been announced by Nintendo. Wow, I've just said the word Nintendo in a video. Am I going to get sued for copyright? I don't know, but it's my own voice, so I guess I should be allowed to do this. Well, as long as I don't show any Nintendo content in this video, I should be okay. Anyway, so what is this console exactly? Well, in this video I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about it, you know, what we know already, and what I think. Am I going to be buying this in the future? So let's just start off by saying about the design of the console. It's actually quite interesting. It has an interesting looking controller that looks a little bit like a dog's head. Now, I'm not the only one that thinks this, because there are a lot of people out there that have actually drawn pictures of a dog and they have compared it with the actual look of the controller, which is actually quite odd. But yes, it does look a very strange design. I've not actually been a major fan of Nintendo's way of design ever since they started designing the GameCube. I think the best design of a Nintendo console was the Nintendo 64, and that was an incredibly nostalgic console to a lot of people around the globe. So what do we know about the Nintendo Switch? Well, let me just give you a bit of a lowdown of what I know, or what I've been researching into, because I didn't get a chance to actually watch any kind of press conference because I was watching too much football. So what I decided to do was I decided to do a little bit of research online to find exactly what these features are. And I have got them a little bit noted down here on a notepad on my PC. So the first thing I've got here is that it combines home and portable into one unit. So basically what it does, you can either use it as a portable device, or you can just use it in the standard console TV side of it. So the portable side of it, what you can do is you can actually pull off the side panels of the controller itself and then link it with what is supposedly to be a small screen linked or stacked onto the docking station. And there you go, that's your portable console. You can actually take this with you on a car journey, or wherever you are, outside in the park, wherever. You can play your game and then come back home or whatever. You can put that one screen that you've been playing with on top of your docking station, and then you can resume your game while on the TV. There's so much variety to this. And, well, I mean, I can understand why Nintendo have done this, because, you know, combining Nintendo with Microsoft and Sony, Nintendo is the more family-friendly gaming console, as it were. When you look at Sony and Xbox, maybe they'll do something similar in the future, but I think that PS4 and Xbox currently are the more of the hardcore gamer sort of type consoles, whereas the Nintendo side, you've got the family-friendly. I've already said this, haven't I? So I should really sort of move on to the next point. Which moves on to the next point, which is different ways of controlling the game. Now, going back to what I said about the portable side of it, you can actually mount the two sides of the controller onto the screen. Then you can, you know, obviously play that as a portable device. But what you can also do is you can take off these control panels, then hand it to your friend, and then there you go, you're playing the game. And that's a different thing. There's multiple ways of being able to handle a game, which is incredible. This is really good stuff. The only problem I have with this is that the controllers are so small, especially for an adult gamer. I mean, you look at it, and sometimes your fingers are sort of hunched over to the top of the controller, and it's so small. I mean, even a child would be better off using this, because, well, for an adult like me, I think I'll find it very difficult. I mean, judging the size of it. But it's a really good way of being able to, you know, play with your friends. But why would you do that when you want to do outdoor activities? That's the thing. That's the problem here that we've got. But it's a nice idea by Nintendo. I think it's a really good strategy to be able to find new ways of playing games. I mean, we're going into, what is it now, 2017 next year. The technology is getting a lot better now, and you know, people are finding different ways, and it's interesting. It's interesting to see what's going to happen in maybe, I don't know, 2020, when suddenly Nintendo finds ways to use virtual reality and portable in a different kind of way. I mean, it's a really interesting thought that maybe this could be implemented later on in the years of gaming. I mean, as I get older and as this technology develops, sometimes I feel like I was born too bloody early. But there you go, that's a good way of controlling a game. Now, in terms of games that are going to be released on this thing, I mean, there's some really decent games coming out. You got Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, the only reason why it's not been released, well, it would have been released on the Wii U, but it wasn't released on the Wii U, I don't think. I think they were saving it until the release of the Nintendo Switch, and then they were going to release it. Or maybe, I think maybe they were going to release it on the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. I think that would have been made a bit more sense, because, you know, if people have got a Wii U and they can't afford to get a Nintendo Switch, then it would have been reasonable to release it on both systems. So that would have been a good idea to do. Skyrim has also been mentioned. Now, I don't know if this is a remastered version of Skyrim. There's been some rumors going around about a potential release of Skyrim in a remastered version. I think Nintendo could get the fair share of that, you know, following the release of this console. Mario Kart 8. I used to love Mario Kart back in the day, you know, the Nintendo 64 days and the Super Nintendo days. That sounds really interesting, actually, for Mario Kart 8 to be on this new system. So that'd be interesting. Super Mario. Now, this is an interesting game. Now, according to this site that I've been looking at, Super Mario is going to have a 64 feel to it. It's sort of a Super Mario 64 feel to it. Now, the Wii U did not have this. The only thing that the Wii U were able to get was Super Mario Bros. Wii U and Super Mario Maker, which was all side-scrolling Mario. But with this one, there's a 3D Mario, just like Super Mario 64, just like Super Mario Sunshine, just like Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2. There's actually going to be a new Super Mario game for the system. So that's going to be really interesting to see what that's going to be like. Whether it's going to be a sequel to Super Mario 64, whether it's going to be a completely different thing entirely, we do not know at this moment in time. There's also going to be a Splatoon game, but Nintendo have not stated whether it's going to be a remastered version of that, or if it's going to be a sequel. We don't know yet, but it'll be interesting to see what type of game they do come up with. So yeah, that's that. Now the next point is that some publishers have pledged involvement. So this is not exactly promised, but Nintendo are looking into this. So basically what it is that game developers, really famous game developers like Activision, Namco, Capcom, Bethesda, you know, obviously Bethesda are the makers of Skyrim, so they'll be definitely in on this. Now, they could be part of an involvement in Nintendo in the future. So we could even see Tekken on the Nintendo. That would be interesting, I'll have to admit. But, you know, imagine playing Tekken portably, you know, around places and different, or playing in the park. I don't know, but that would be interesting to have different publishers that we didn't expect to have with Nintendo working with them to make the games not only on the Xbox and the PlayStation 4, but also on the Nintendo Switch. I think, yeah, the Nintendo Switch. It would have been the NX, by the way, but it's not. It's the Switch. But anyway. Now, which brings me on to the last point, is that games will be sold in the form of SD card sized memory cards. Now, this is actually quite crucial, and I'll tell you why. Not only because of the fact that you can actually use this as a portable thing, so you can go out and, you know, play games, you know, portably, you know, as I was saying before, but also, this is going to be in the form, or almost near to the size, of 3DS DS games. So the big question is this system going to support 3DS? If so, this would be interesting for me, because imagine playing the Pokemon games on a TV. That would be massive. Absolutely massive. I mean, I'm absolutely sick to death of playing Pokemon on a portable device. And the fact that you can't play it on a TV ridicules me. Now, I understand that, you know, playing these sorts of games is sort of supposedly supposed to be like it is, because, you know, you're playing on a portable device, you're trading Pokemon with each other. But I don't know, I just feel that not being able to play Pokemon games on a TV just bothers me. And I understand that they did have, back in the day, they did have the ability to do this. They did have Pokemon Stadium on the Nintendo 64, so what you could do is you could put your Game Boy games into the back of the controller. They had like a transfer pack, and you can put your Game Boy games at the back of this, and you can play your Pokemon games through Pokemon Stadium. But they need to really update this, and especially when they're going on a new console. You know, they're still very popular with the Pokemon games. You need to bring this together. I know people are playing Pokemon Go, but, you know, the actual Pokemon games made by Game Freak need to be updated. They want to be able to play this on the TV, and I would love to do this. If this was the case, this would make me turn my head, because I play Pokemon games. So what do I think of this as a whole? I think that the Nintendo Switch really should have been called the NX. I don't know why they changed the name to Switch. I guess it's probably because they're switching from portable to home TV or whatever. I think it would be kind of fitting to do that. But in the long run, I think calling it that, just, I don't know, they could have given it a better name than Switch. But, you know, just calling it a Switch, or like a light switch. I don't know, but oh, I'm just talking out my bum now, to be honest. So that's pretty much it in terms of the Nintendo Wii U, the Switch. Oh god, this is going to be freaking confusing for me, you know, later on in the year, you know, when I'm having to buy a bloody Nintendo Switch instead of a Wii U. I mean, I've not bought myself a console from Nintendo for a while. I think the last one I did buy from Nintendo was my GameCube. But anyway, that's going to be the video, guys. I know this has been an absolute drag. It has been very difficult to keep going with this talking, because any minute now I could completely fuck it up. So I better stop right now. So what do you guys think of the Nintendo Switch? Are you going to buy it in March? Are you interested in this or whatever? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll have a discussion about this. So if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Chrismadagaming. Check me out on my Google, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitch, and of course my eBay store. Check me out on my website at www.chrismadagaming.com. Make sure you do all of that. I've been Chrismadagaming as per usual, and until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.